up in the club and I'm with my crew. So fresh, so fly, swagger brand new. And I see this girl, Mama Cedar. Shorty, she a killer, ain't nobody realer.
In October of 2011, Blues Crew headed up to Fox4 Paintball in Upton, Massachusetts. During the game, myself, Dan Kasper, and Nick Hernandez strolled off to take some pictures. Well, little did we know that we were going to stumble across this. Dan spotted a tractor that was supposed to be using some sort of moon landing back in the 60s, so we had to find out who owned that tractor. So we knocked on the door and met Alfred Consigli, who is a World War II vet. He gave us a tour of his place. Check out what we saw.
This we have here, right in front of Fox4 in Massachusetts, is an experimental moon car for being on the moon, built in the 60s. Unfortunately, it was rejected!
And I still can remember, we landed at Utah Beach right after the invasion. And don't forget, I was a gunner in a tank. And I remember my first mission. It was in France, in a hedgerow. All of a sudden, it comes on the radio. We had the radios in the tank. And the forward observer, he seen up there, he says, platoon adjust, tank number 6, shell HE, charge 5, fuse quick, base deflector 150, quadrant 321, fire one ready, fire one's up 10, I go up 10, he says, 2 rounds, I got it. He says, cease firing, machine gun nest.
Just like that?
Just, yeah. But they're all gunners and all like that. Somebody else would be going left, but by that time the enemy had run away, you know. I remember going on the bank. We had to go search all the houses for Nazis, you know. And one time I went in the bank, in a small bank, and there was, the infantry guys must have just got there too. And there was these German marks, that's the money.
Yeah, Deutschmarks.
Over my boots, this deep, like leaves. So I took some, I put them in my, I put them in a cigar box, you know, 2 of them. I went back to the tank, put them in the tank. Then my tank sergeant said, what do you got there? And I showed him. He said, those are no good. Everybody said that money was no good, right? So he took one, he threw it out, because I'm always collecting stuff. The next day I went home and I got the cigar box, put it back in the tank. I sent some out for souvenirs, you know. Then when the war ended, it was in Salzburg, Austria, and I went to the bank. And we had invasion money, you know, already. Mm-hmm. The Americans made they already had these American money, you know. And I went to the bank and I tried to cash them. I cashed them in. They were good.
So you just threw a giant cigar box of money out?
Yeah, but I sent over $1,000, a little at a time, because they would say, well, where'd you get all? They probably thought it was for my pay, you know. And I sent the whole 2 cigar boxes full, like over $1,000. I sent it home, you know. But the thing is, they said they were no good.
Yeah.
I would have filled up a barracks bag. You know what I mean? Yeah, I still do. I take all my pictures and I
frame them.
No, I do these shows like in schools and stuff. You know, I got more. I took more pictures than anybody. You know, I got them all in there. I had it all blown up. You know.
Oops.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, those things there, that wasn't my idea. I do ornamental railing work, and I went on a job last year to do a railing, and this here lady had those things turning up in their place, and I took all the measurements and everything, and it wasn't my idea. They're bicycle wheels, you know. The copper is high. I took these things apart, you know. I'm going to let you guys try some of these here, okay?
I can do that.
Yep, okay. It all depends, you know, oh yeah.
All right.
Well, you can go a little bit closer.
I'm going to screw this up miserably, but we're going to try.
Oh, what? Yeah, he's good. Here, try another one. He's laughing. Ah! Oh, hey, like this here, look, hey.
Like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he got it.
That's okay. Ah!
Oh, he's left-handed.
Yeah.
Hit the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, this is Blue at World Cup 2012 here at the Ninja booth. Blues Crew has been using the Ninja tanks for years because of their high quality and consistent airflow. And now they've introduced their new Dura line of tanks with a 77 cubic and this wonderful line of colors.
You have a giant missile sitting out front.
Yeah, I made.
Why do you have it?
Look, I'm going to tell you. When I was in World War II,
Okay.
I was in the tank. I was a gunner in the tank. We were in Luxembourg, and we had our tank lined up. And all of a sudden, I hear a roar. Yeah, what's up? And here's this here missile coming out. A little far away, going up like this here, right? And it was a missile going over to England. You know the missiles?
Yeah. Was it like a V2 or something like
Yeah.
that?
Future rockets, yeah.
And I looked up like that, and then in my memory it was made just like that. When it leveled off, American P-38 with the double wings started chasing it, trying to knock it down. Couldn't knock it down.
So they were trying to chase a missile with a propeller plane.
American P-38.
Those were they had the
Double
single
wings.
cab, double wings, and then it came back.
Yeah, how'd
with
you
two
know that?
fuselage.
Yeah.
I know planes.
Yeah. So when I come home, I stopped making one.
Wait. So you get home from World War II and you decide you want to make your own V2 rocket.
Yeah, just an idea. I made the whole thing. I got the igniter in there. See? This goes in the front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I got this holes in here,
Mm-hmm.
and you put the shells in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this here goes in the front. This is where the explosion comes from out of here. When it lands, it ignites those three shells. You follow me? Yeah. Right in the middle.
So you came back from World War II. You had seen a V2 rocket, and you decided that you wanted to make one.
Yeah.
You, sir, are my hero.
Huh?
You're my hero.
Yeah, so that's that. So, I don't know where I get these crazy ideas, but you know,
What's the car that you have under a tarp over there?
I'll show you.
Hello, this is Blue, owner of EMR Paintball Park and Team Blues Crew. We've been shooting Hammerhead barrels ever since the first year that we started Blues Crew, and have always loved the increased distance and improved accuracy that we get from these barrels no matter what marker we use. From the first custom barrel they made us in 2003 up to the Bove barrels that we're shooting now, they already perform great. And you know, it's always about shooting the other player before they shoot you. So get Hammerhead now and improve your game. We did.
I went to England, bought this Rolls Royce.
What?
You know?
You literally bought this from England.
Yeah, I went to England. There were rumors that the drummer from the Rolling Stones owned it, you know. I took the brakes apart, you know what I mean? And it's a son of a gun. I had somebody from England. He was a guitarist. wanted me to send pictures and stuff. I didn't want to.
How much you trying to get for it?
If I got like, say, 14 grand the way it is, I'd sell it, you know?
You can get that easy.
I think so.
What year is it?
1970s, it's a Corniche. It's a hard top. It's a hard top, two-door. It runs good, it's got air conditioning in it and everything.
Don't those have like 10 or 12 cylinder motors in them? They're huge.
Yeah, V8s,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But it's got what they don't tell you, in England, we made the best transmissions in the world. And that's what this has got.
Yeah.
But they put them in here. They don't want to tell you that.
Oh yeah.
This has got a steering wheel on the right-hand
Yeah.
side.
He laughs. Yeah.
There's your verification. It's from England, Dad.
I don't know if you can see that, but that's a steering wheel.
12 or 13 years old, I used to like guns. Like you guys like the paintball thing?
Yeah.
No, I like guns. I have several shotguns and rifles and handguns and pistols.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, I'm a big gun guy.
Okay. And we used to like guns. But this was during the Depression. It took me a long time to save for a 22, you know?
Okay.
And my brother took me to the hardware store. You had to be 16 to buy it. So he was there. I bought this little 22. I must have saved about a year for it because during the Depression. And I used to keep the 22 underneath my bed. I didn't want my mother to know, you know. And one day I'd open the window on the side, and next door neighbor, the lady was watering her asparagus with a big can, and she had a little can, and she'd go around, and so I'm watching her, you know. And then the thing is, when she got that there little can like that, she'd hang it up in the garage, you know. After she goes in the house, I'm shooting at that there little can. But hey, this is the thing, they like me. And they had a 1936 Chevrolet in that garage. And they take me for a ride. But what I didn't know, I was shooting at that can.
It was going
right
through the garage and into the car.
He backed the door, and there was all bullet holes in the door. But not through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not true. And he didn't say anything. They liked me, you know, but he didn't do anything. Just like all dense, you know. So then when I went in the Army, and it's all those train you on guns and guns and guns, you know. General Patton, he wanted a tank battalion to fight at night for his 3rd Army, you know. So when I was taking my basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky, we was training on these tanks all the time, you know. And we had this here Sergeant Vecchio. He was from Morgantown, West Virginia. And he used to go bragging he had the best tank crew because he took desert training and everything. He was 25 years old. He was even married, you know. Pay no attention. So then we went out. We traveled 50 miles up in the range to fire these guns. 50 miles. And they had all the tanks lined up. And they had just have the captain bring the soldier on tank number 6 to commence firing. That goes up there. They had loudspeakers and everything. There's no lie. And I was shooting these targets from here downtown. Everything. Then the last target, they pulled a plane out of the woods, a cod with another plane. As soon as it came up, I knocked it right out. And he said, cease firing, have the captain bring the soldier on tank number 6 to the grandstands. Unbelievable. This is the truth. I goes up there, and they were all around me like that, and they all looked. And he says to the captain, he don't even shave yet. And the captain said, but that was his firing a gun. They said, we never seen anything like it. He's a corporal right now, and he's a gunner. Right then and there. Imagine that? Yeah, that was something, you know. but I was a gunner. But that was bad for me. Now you're an expert gunner. And this Sergeant Vecchio from Morgantown, West Virginia, he went to the captain. And guess who he wanted in his tank? Because he used to brag that he had the best. And they put me in that tank. We had 3 tanks in all, you know. Had a lot of close calls. I never got it, but I don't know, it was just amazing that I never, you know, yeah.
Hey guys, this is Will here from Valken Sports, and as you can see, we basically have all avenues covered, all areas covered for paintball players. We do a scenario line, full on a scenario gear, with 6 different camouflage patterns, all the way down to 3 different levels of tournament gear. Basically, we have everything you guys would need to play paintball on any level. Okay guys, we're standing here. We're actually going over the new 2012 line of slide goggles from Valken Sports. We have every area covered from the entry-level goggle with the MI3 systems all the way up to the MI7 systems. We actually are introducing a full level of camouflage masks also to this year at Valken Sports. Another example of Valken being your one-stop shop is the fact that we actually carry our own line of tanks, markers, and actual loaders. This is the actual Valken Air system on the Proton with the VMAX hopper.
Okay, you've seen Valken's product line, and don't forget they also make the best quality paint on the market. We use it at EMR Paintball Park, and you should ask your field to stock it today.
We came across in Germany, a tobacco field.
Okay.
You know? We were in the field and started firing. Firing hundreds of rounds, you know? Then the next morning, officer, come on, we're moving out. We try to back up, and the tank went right down into right over the tracks of the mud, sunk right in. We couldn't move. I was never so happy. Like I said, you know, I mean, the officers said, come on, we got to go to the next town.
Yeah.
Couldn't move. So he says, leave the tank here. He says, you and the sergeant stay here, and we'll get a tank retrieved. We left.
So Alfred and his sergeant gathered up all their gear and went for a stroll through this town that they had just cleared out. They went into a garage and found a car, except this car was covered in vinyl and made out of plywood.
So we were going riding around, and we come across a great big monastery building, you know, with an archway. And we said, let's go over there. We drove over there. We went inside. And there's all these here people, they're all German. They were eating at these tables. I don't know why. And I drove in there like the Gestapo. And I says, let's get some girls. And the sergeant says, that's a good idea. I go to the driver over. I says, you, get in the car. There was guys there and everything, you know. There's a chance that we took it crazy. The girl got in the car, right? The sergeant said, I want one too. I said, okay. So we drove around. He says, I want that one with the black hair. Okay, you, get in the car. We got in the car, right? We sped off. Now we're going to make out, right? We drove off, and we stopped under a tree. It was like in the summer. And they were shivering. I says, I don't know what, I said to the sergeant, these girls are scared. I said, we can't do nothing with them. They're so scared. You ever catch a rabbit? They're trembling. They were trembling. And they must have couldn't talk to them. They were Germans. And he says, well, I don't blame him. He says, look what you got on you. He said, you got that Tommy gun there and hand grenades. He says, no wonder they're scared. I said, well, let's take them back. This is part of the story. He says, okay. We start taking them back, right? But I really wouldn't. I don't want to harm people, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even if it was the enemy, anything, you know. All of a sudden, he sees a Jeep coming with a green flag, you know? Comes right over to me, he says, pull over, pulls over. And he says, what are you doing with these girls? We said, well, we try to, he says, yeah. This is what got him mad. He said, he looked at my patch. He said, we heard about you tankers. Just like that. I don't know what he meant by that, but that's what he said. And this is what got that infantry officer mad. Like, they were playing games, like they always want to be first. You know what I mean? And this is what got him mad. He says, where's your outfit? I says, they left 2 days ago, sir. Whoa, did he get... Now, that's an insult to him. They want to be first, but they're not first, you know, 2 days. Hey, that's, you know. So he says, name, rank, and serial number. Took my name, rank, and serial number and everything, you know. He says, take the girls back. We took them back. Then we were all gathered in a big, huge auditorium. There was American soldiers all from the ETO. These officers come out on stage. What? Everybody stand there, be seated. We all sat down. And then another officer comes out. This is what he said. Men, you are an American soldier in a foreign land. The best fighting soldier in the world today. Remember, you are an American soldier. Act like one. He walks off the stage. Another officer comes out. We are gathered here for 2 American soldiers for misbehaving on the front lines, fraternizing with the German enemy. They are Corporal Alfred Consigli of the 774 Black Cat Tank Battalion, and he named the sergeant. They will be court-martialed. So we went in another room, and they read the charges again, and they said, the officers, oh, you were riding around in a black sedan, blah, 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 blah. He says, if it's not correct, let me know. I hold up my hands. He says, what is it? I said, we had a little red convertible. Everybody starts laughing. Well, it was the truth. It wasn't a sedan, you know. So we had to dig a trench and didn't get paid for 6 months. But I was happy. I said, now I'm going to get busted. This is no lie. Captain, I see the captain. I says, Captain, they're going to bust me. I'm getting afraid of going up the front lines all the time, because you're going to get it, you know what I mean? I says to the captain, I said, will they bust me? You know what he said? He says, no, they heard about you. You're still going to be the gunner, and you're going to be in a tank, just like that. They didn't bust me or nothing, and they still went up front. You know what I mean? But that's the way it was. But I was getting scared towards the end, you know. But then the war ended, and then, hey, I was still living, right? I was probably just lucky, you know. Who knows, right?
Thank you for your time today and showing us around.
Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Amazing. Alfred, pleasure meeting you.
Same here.
Oh yeah, she fly. So fly. All up in the club. The way she do that thing. Let me see you drop it low. Drop it low. All up in the club. The way she do that thing. Girl, you so fly. Let me see you drop it low.